Hi friends, and welcome to my home in Seattle. Here's a little bit of context for you. I'm 35 years old, married, have a 1-year-old at home. We live about 15 minutes from downtown Seattle in a fairly neighborhoody neighborhood. I feel like I'm a little too old to be making one of these what I spend in a week videos, but I love watching them and judging how other people spend their money. I mean, getting a glimpse at how expensive different cities are. It's Monday. It's I'd say a relatively simple week, not tons of appointments on the calendar. I'm gonna try and tackle this little garden bed that we have outside the front door. This has been a little rough. I don't consider myself a master gardener, and I did kill this beautiful little miniature pine tree that I bought. We're gonna go to the nursery today and try to buy a little bit more, replace the tree, and make it a little bit more pleasant by the front door. Here's what we're working with. Here's where the tree died, right here. We have this nice evergreen. We have a little bit of moss. There's some weeds. I think these are like onions growing. There's this huckleberry bush that I can't decide if it's dead or it just changed color for the season. Coming out another rock. We have some gravel down here. I really like this little front porch garden bed, but it needs some love.
Definitely guilty of our fair share of Amazon purchases, but it's mostly stuff we need. This one is so exciting. Formula. Just checking out the street.
I'm always scared to spend money on plants. We got a number of grasses, a couple ground covers, and a couple conifer shrubs, and ended up spending $160. There's also this adorable little coffee shop right inside the nursery, and Kendall and I shared an Americano for about $4. We also had to go to Costco today, and I absolutely dread every trip to Costco because it's so hard pushing through crowds and navigating through these huge products. We ended up spending way too much on mostly personal hygiene products like toilet paper and Kleenex and diapers. We also got a little bit of alcohol and a few different cheese products and ended up spending $216. Now, I kind of feel like this is an abnormally expensive day. Because we're real estate agents, our Mondays usually end up being more like a Saturday. You know, we're showing houses over the weekend and really spend Mondays catching up on things. So these errands are pretty typical, but usually don't spend this much. One other big expense, we just signed up for 9 weeks of music classes for Celie. She's a little young still for music classes. She's going to turn 1 in about a week. But Kendall used to work for this music school, so we do whatever we can to support. Celie's not feeling well, so we ended up getting some takeout from our favorite Indian restaurant. We got some korma, some mango chicken, some rice, some naan. So we're just gonna have a quiet night in. Okay, yesterday was a little out of control, so today was mostly a stay-at-home, work on the computer kind of day. I did a little bit of license renewal, continuing ed classes. We had a meeting with our CPA, and we had a marketing meeting for some of the digital ads that we're running. So we didn't have a ton of opportunity to go out and buy things. Instead, they came to our door. So we did get a couple Amazon packages. Let's see what we got. We might have a problem. These are all essentials though. This is a cover for the stroller so that we can go on walks in the rain. We do live in Seattle. This is a gift. We're going to a friend's 1-year-old birthday party on Sunday, so that's gonna go for that. We have some bubble bath. We have some child locks. Celia is getting into all the cabinets, so we need to make that a little safer.
Very sweet. Alex lights a candle for Celia every time she takes a bath, and the candle that we use is nearly run out, so this is a bath candle.
She deserves a candle. What else did we do today? We got groceries, spent $65 on sugar, spices, eggs, just random groceries. We spent $48 on Indian food and $42 at Amazon. That's it for today. Wednesdays are our team meeting days. So Emily, Kendall, and I are getting together to go over a bunch of industry news, some business development, and kind of plan for the coming week. We're also filming a video for Emily's YouTube channel at her Airbnb that she just started up. So you should definitely tune in for that. She's focusing on a lot of real estate investment sort of content, and it should be a good time. We did our meeting at a coffee shop, and I forgot to grab a receipt, but we spent about $20 on coffee and pastries. And then on our way home, we stopped at the grocery store to get a little bit of medicine for Celie because she's still not feeling very well. The rest of the day is fairly quiet. I'm waiting on Emily to put together an offer for one of her clients. I have to review all of that paperwork for her. So for now, I thought we'd take some time to talk about transportation. I don't really consider myself a car guy. I hate all of the maintenance that comes with it, and cars are just expensive and kind of a pain. So I've been wanting an EV for a long time, and we just picked up a Tesla about a month ago, and I'm really loving it. Washington State has some of the lowest electricity charges in the country, and you can track all this data on Tesla's app, which is pretty cool. And I've been averaging about $2 a day to charge the car every night. This is the first car payment that I've ever had. We did try to get the cheapest version that Tesla offers, but it is still costing about $580 a month, and we're planning to pay that off in about 6 months. We'll see how the business goes. We are a 2-car household. The Tesla's, a small business car, and we have a Subaru station wagon that kind of acts as like the camping car, the run over to the nursery and pick up plants car, and Kendall drives it whenever I'm out looking at houses with clients. We bought the Subaru for cash, so there's no car payment on that, but it does take gas, and we really don't drive it all too often, so I'd say we fill it up maybe once a month or so. And then the maintenance costs are for like a twice yearly oil change and all of those other annoying car maintenance things. Celie's been pretty lucky and hasn't gotten all that sick through the course of her first year, but this first sickness is kind of getting to her. She has a little bit of a fever. She's not feeling well. We don't know exactly what's wrong, but I can't stand seeing her feeling bad, so I did break down and bought her a new toy. I can't help it. Tonight we're getting together with some friends for a potluck style dinner, and I'm gonna make some risotto with Parmesan, onions, rice, some chicken broth, some parsley. I really like making risotto. It's kind of a fairly easy dish to make, but is pretty impressive when you bring it over. It tastes good, and while it does take constant supervision, it's not too hard to put together. It's nice to get out of the house. We've been doing a lot of computer work and Zoom meetings, so we're here in Capitol Hill in Seattle to preview a house for a client. This is a really pretty house, so I want to show you around for just a second. But we did stop for coffee, just because it's been a long couple nights. Celie is still not feeling well. I think she's teething.
She has hand, foot, and mouth.
Who knows what she has, but she is up all night, which means that mostly Kendall, but we're up all night as well. This is like a 1915 house that's been completely renovated, and it is beautiful. Look at this kitchen. We have the waterfall countertops, brand new appliances. Everything's very pretty. I feel like this is really stylish for expensive homes right now, but I don't love the gold look all that much. There's huge windows and these really cool double doors. I don't even know how to open this. A nice big deck, and we're just looking out at the water here. Okay, let's take a moment to talk about monthly subscriptions. I do feel like this is turning into a personal finance audit, which I guess is a good thing, but also kind of shows the cost of living in a city like Seattle, which isn't a huge city, but it's decent and it's fairly desirable to live here these days. Every month we're paying $8 for Disney Plus. I feel like this one, a bit of a splurge. Spotify, we're paying $10 a month for that, which I do like Spotify. I listen to it in the car and I drive a lot. You have to pay every month for Tesla's internet connection, which is kind of dumb, but that costs $8 a month. The Peloton that we got, like everybody else during the pandemic, costs $40 a month. That's for the monthly membership, which if you think about it, for two people, for an exercise service, that's pretty good. We could join a gym and spend a lot more. Amazon Prime, we're paying $15 a month, and obviously you see that we get a lot of Amazon packages. That totals out to $81 a month on these little monthly subscriptions that just keep adding up. And there's like 15 more of them if you count the business side of things, but we won't even go there right now. I went to my first hockey game tonight, and it was actually pretty fun. I'd never been to an NHL game. I'm not a huge sports fan, but it was cool. It was high-paced. The stadium was awesome, and it was very loud. I had a friend give me the tickets, so I didn't spend anything on them. I did spend $1.50 on street parking. I did look up the ticket cost just because I was curious, and hockey game tickets, I'd say all sports tickets are very expensive. These were pretty good seats. We were in row N, which is like, 15, 20 rows from the ice, and they were like $350 tickets. I thought, as long as I'm not paying for tickets, maybe I'll get a beer, and like Seattle always has like mac and cheese at the sporting events. But when I went to go explore around and look at some of the concessions, beer was like $15 to $20. Mac and cheese was $12 for like this much mac and cheese. So I just enjoyed the experience and soaked it in. It was a lot of fun though. So it's Halloween on Monday, but we're doing a Halloween parade through the neighborhood that the neighborhood association's throwing, and Sealy still doesn't have a costume, so I'm going to try and make something. Have a pillowcase from the closet. I got a piece of 50-cent black felt, and I'm gonna turn it into a ghost. We'll see. This is an old sewing machine that my dad gave me a couple years ago, and it's great. It's nice to have a sewing machine stored away somewhere. Here's the pillowcase, and here's my inspiration. We'll see what happens. Yes, if you were paying attention, it is Saturday, and I missed getting any footage from Friday. But we didn't spend any money other than picking up some Thai food for dinner, which cost $33. This weekend, we've kind of canceled all of our plans because we officially figured out that Sealy has hand, foot, and mouth disease. It's her first disease, so I guess that's a milestone. Apparently, it's fairly contagious for other kids, so we decided not to go to the friend's birthday party. We're actually not going to go to this parade later this evening, and instead probably just going to go hang out at a friend's house who actually probably gave her hand, foot, and mouth, so don't really have to worry about the contagiousness there. costume turned out nice though. I think it'll be good for Halloween. We have some friends coming over to trick or treat, so she'll get to show it off. And then tonight we ended up just hanging out and painting pumpkins with some friends.
Signed her up for that music class, but it's not super interactive. Just calm down. Alex, watch.
Since we canceled all of our weekend activities because of Seely's disease, we're doing some meal planning and probably go grocery shopping today. That sounds really boring.
Yeah.
But at least it's productive. What's on the list for this week?
We're thinking chili, polenta, chicken parm, maybe Friday pizza, maybe one more meal.
Seely's birthday is next week too. We're gonna serve sandwiches, so it should be fun. Right now we're having, we're done with breakfast of eggs and toast, and Seely gets some goldfish. Before we go grocery shopping though, I have a Zoom meeting with a client. We went out looking at a couple townhouses yesterday, and they were, I'd say like half of them were pretty nice. Some of them were on busy roads, and some of them had weird spaces inside. But we did find this one new construction that's very pretty. It is on a busy road, but it's like 1,700 square feet, which is very big for a townhouse, 3 bedrooms with a rooftop deck. It's very pleasant. So we're putting together an offer. I think that there's going to be another offer, so unfortunately we are competing. So we might put an escalation clause in there just to try and beat out the competition. But we're going to talk about all of that before we put it together and send it over to the seller. I'm just sitting around waiting to hear back about our offer. Negotiating is like this super slow process of, back and forth, and it requires just a lot of sitting around waiting for people to respond. So, in the meantime, let's talk about my own cost of housing. For a full house tour, I did make a video about our house when we bought it like a year and a half ago. But to give you an idea now, we're in I would say a suburb of Seattle, but it's still very close. We're just 15-20 minutes from downtown Seattle, in a 3-bedroom, 2,400 square foot house. There's a living room upstairs, and we converted the basement into an office space. It's nice. I like it a lot. It's served our purpose as well. It's been very, versatile. Here's the living room. Here's the kitchen. We want to redo the kitchen sometime soon, but it's very nice for now. Here's the backyard. It's very pleasant. This space here we want to turn into a bathroom just because, look at it. It's this big empty room where just like junk piles up. And I've been experimenting with different layouts on the floor here. I keep going back between like putting a powder room, doing a full bathroom. I haven't decided yet. And then there's a bathroom here. Double sinks, that's nice. Our bedroom is here. It's a giant mess. Joanna's room is here. Seely's taking a nap here. I like this little hallway here. It's just a little thing, but it's pleasant. And then here's the front stoop. The garden spot is coming along nicely. I kind of like it. We live on a cul-de-sac, which I kind of like, and these big cherry trees are beautiful in the spring. Okay, so our mortgage and our home insurance and our property taxes come out to about $3,200 a month. I like that payment. We got in on a pretty good interest rate. Not as good as some of my clients, but it's decent. And in order to live semi-close to Seattle in a standalone house, we did have to flip a house kind of far from Seattle and live there for a few years in order to build up some equity, in order to move closer to the city. So, it's an expensive area, it's an expensive city, and it took us a while to be able to afford to buy something here. Our other utilities like electricity and water, sewer, internet, all of that comes out to about $400 a month. So our total, like flat housing cost is about $3,600 a month.
Lentils, yummy.
Offers accepted.
Celebrate with some spicy hot V8.
What kind of groceries did you get?
I have a receipt in there somewhere. It was like $130 something. It was all just.
What'd you get?
It was like 3 days worth of stuff. It was all boring stuff. Like eggs, seltzer, cheese. I got stuff for 3 recipes. Chili, some veggies. I don't know, not that much. Like inflation, I tell you.
I did forget to mention childcare. How much do we spend on childcare?
I mean, I have plenty of friends in Seattle that are spending anywhere from $1,500 to $2,000 a month on childcare. We've chosen to host an au pair at our house, so we pay a flat fee to the agency and a stipend to her every week. Averages to about $400 per week.
Which kind of falls right in line with what other people are paying.
Yeah.
So I forgot to add in things like healthcare and car insurance. So if you add those in, then everything that we spent this past week totals about $2,281.
How do we feel about that?
I'm a little uncomfortable with that.
I'm a little uncomfortable with that. I'm trying to like process why. But I think the point of this video was to show partially cost of living in Seattle, partially to entertain you all so you can judge us on how much we spend. I think there are definitely some things that are a higher cost here. Childcare is going to be a bit higher here.
Housing's expensive.
Housing is obviously going to be more expensive here. I do think that gas is probably higher here than in many parts of the country.
I hope you found that valuable.
I hope you found that amusing, because I didn't.
If you're thinking about making a home in Seattle,
Save your allowance money.
bye.